right. So this is the Homeroom with Smooth podcast. I'm Smooth. This is my co-host Type X Thrills. And today we got with us the my guy Ebony King. You good down there?
Yeah, I don't know what just happened to my camera.
The same thing happened to me earlier.
That's probably what it was.
See,
Oh man. Hey,
this is a podcast though, so it's all about the
Celine
audio.
will be back. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Celine will be back at some point. But yeah, we finna go on jump into it, man. How y'all doing today, man?
Good, man. Good.
Pretty good, pretty good. Cannot complain. I'm just happy I got a, I don't know what to call it, a fellow camera junkie with me. So, talking about cameras, it's always great.
Man.
Teaching me the error of my ways. I might be going Sony.
Hey, that's the best choice, man.
So,
yeah, y'all was talking cameras for a minute. Like, I'm like, dang, like I know nothing. Man, do y'all think I should actually go to a store and buy the camera myself or order it online? Like, which one should I do?
I would only go to the store if it's a store where they actually let you play with the settings and everything else like that too, and actually play with the camera. Because if they don't let you do that, then you probably just go online and buy it because it'll probably be cheaper. But if you find a mom and pop store that actually, because I know Best Buy that they won't definitely not Best Buy because they're not really helping anybody out. And sometimes you can mess with some of their cameras, but not all of them. Mm-hmm. But if you find a mom and pop store that actually lets you play with the camera and use it, and they have it open up to and they'll show you things, then I would go to the store for one of those, and then I would support them because they're taking the time to actually show you. Because that's the thing. Like with me, I really like the Sony, but the menu systems that I use with the Sony, I don't like. So that's why. But if someone lets me use a Canon, and I like that one, I could go with that one. Or if I use a new Sony, then I will support that business if they're letting me use, what they have. But if it's gonna be if it's gonna be like Best Buy, where it's kind of like, this is the box, we're showing you the box, then buy it online because time. Yeah.
Because I also found it way cheaper than Best Buy or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. I just want to see if I find some recommendations from y'all.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe Best Buy, because they're what do you call it? They're, I guess, on their display units. Sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't. So if you find a display unit of a A7R A7R3 or a A7C, you can.
So they don't even have any of those in Best Buy right now.
Yeah, exactly. So. But I mean, and even like an A7,
you can order them online though. I went to their website while we were talking, and they had it in stock. And I was like,
you can order it
online. I'm not paying that. They wanted the whole 2,100. I was like, no. The other place I found, it was like, we'll give it to you for 15. I was like, okay, that sounds more reasonable.
Yeah, because I would only stop by the store to see if they have one like on display. Or like a demo unit, so just so you could say, hey, I like this. But other than that,
Yeah, because Amazon had it for what, 1,700? I was like, okay, that's still better than Best Buy. And I know it will be delivered promptly.
Well, yeah,
Amazon, they'll probably just run it up to me and tackle me with it and say, here's your order.
Yeah, because I know on Amazon, if you usually buy it off of Amazon, they basically throw in some accessories too. So they'll throw in a memory card for you. They'll throw in some other stuff that you don't need, but sometimes it's nice to have. On that one too, because I bought lens off because that's how I have so many memory cards. Because if I buy a lens off of Amazon, they usually throw it in with memory card, and you're like, oh shit,
Okay, cool. So, what y'all think about the Tokyo Olympics banning fans, bro?
So I didn't know they would ban fans.
Yeah, they just happened. I think that was yesterday.
It was 2 days ago when I saw it. Yeah.
So what was the reasoning?
Ban fans. They call it a state of emergency because the Delta variant kicking their ass.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all we're gonna say. We're not gonna say the exact name of it because that gets you shadow ban. We can't say what we're going through. The pandemonium that exists, we can't call it out by name. We can only refer to different things.
Text it to me. I'm sure.
So look. You know why we've been on lockdown, right? You know what caused that, right? The Delta variant.
The what?
So there's another variant of it called the Delta variant, and it's kicking people ass. Like, because it keeps mutating, because it's what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't say it, but like it is what it is.
But
like,
didn't they open everything else back up though?
Well, no, they did, and then they shut it down.
Yeah. So it's kind of like for us, since the U.S. is pretty much open for the most part, but now if we go, and that's what they keep on worrying about us as well too. So I think the reality of this is that for me, more so than the Olympics, it shows that and granted, Japan's a smaller country, but it shows that, hey, if they're willing to go and shut things down for spectators, then it can happen to us as well. But I kind of also get where they're coming from, because with the Olympics, you're having people and spectators from all over the world, not just Japanese. So if they're saying, hey, the Delta variant is coming from, X, Y, and Z, we want to keep X, Y, and Z out. So I think it might be just kind of like to detour people from coming to Japan to watch the Olympics.
Those specific people.
Well, right. I don't think it's.
They said there's nobody in the stands watching the Olympic people run, throw anything, nothing. Nobody.
Do they realize that that's what gives the Olympians like that push?
The Olympics is in the bubble.
Do they realize like that's what gives the Olympians that push?
Yeah.
The people in the stands.
Yeah, it's gonna be different, man.
Well, because I honestly think it's because they can't postpone, and I know people they're saying that maybe they should postpone and cancel it too. Oh, but
yeah. Go on.
No, but my main thing is, I think, thinking about it now, I think they're trying to stifle that international travel, because I know India is a really big one that the Delta variant is wiping them out. And
crazy.
Yeah, and I think so. There's more of them. So they want to kind of stop the travel, but they're not going to put a travel ban for a certain country here or a certain country there. So they're just saying, hey, guess what? No stands, or no fans in the stands. There's no point of you coming down here. And I think that's going to be the main reason, because I think it really
people
sucks.
Still gonna come because people didn't already book their rooms, book their flights.
Yeah. But they might be able to. Well, they might be able to get a refund. I mean, that's the thing, especially because if you declare a state of emergency, I think then these local places have to be like, hey, guess what? We're giving you a refund.
Yeah, I mean, if they do that,
especially if these flights don't take off and go to those locations.
Yeah. So.
Right. That could be the ultimate deterrent. They just say, look, ain't no more flights coming in.
Yeah, because the thing is that. No, because not only is there's not going to be any fans in the stands. They're closing bars, they're closing restaurants, they're closing karaoke parlors. They're banning all alcohol, and they want the Tokyo residents pretty much.
What does alcohol have to do with the variant?
Well, no, because they're trying to keep people from going outside and hanging and partying in the streets. So the first thing they're doing is taking away all the alcohol. So
they said you will not have a party. Period.
Pretty much.
You will not.
They said, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. That is like the main thing. It seems like they're doing. So my concern would be, what's the trickle down effect going to other countries and even the United States? Because if you think about it, this coming up too, we got football season coming up.
Yep.
And football season is probably the only thing we have comparable to that, where we have 70,000 people into the stadium. The NFL pretty much worked with every state, every county, saying that you can open up at 100% capacity. I don't know what that capacity is going to be like. I don't know if everybody has to wear a mask or whatnot. But and the football games have people tailgating as well too.
No, people are not going to follow it. It's unenforceable.
It is. It is.
At a stadium.
I'll say it this way: it is for like the first 2 weeks, because honestly, the first 2 weeks, all you need to do is have, and I'll put what Disney World did, and Disney World is really simple. They're like, you come to us, like you come to our property, you're wearing your mask, right? First time you do it, they're like, yo, Smooth, you got a warning. Someone else comes by like that too. Oh no, someone just told me you only get one warning. See ya. You can't take me out. Here's the cops. Like it is, and the thing is too. Once you get the first 20 people out, people when you're paying that money, people will comply. And the thing is with me, I don't care, because until they say, hey, me as a season ticket holder, your season ticket, your people that you're selling to are jacking you up, so we're not going to let your season tickets into the game anymore. Then I'm going to be like, hey, guess what, Smooth? If I'm letting you use my tickets, you better wear your damn mask, because now you're affecting my pockets. And I think once people pay, and then you're going to be like, hey, I paid $400 to get into this game, So yeah. I think it is enforceable after the first week or two when people complain about it. But my thing is that are those sanctions coming over to the U.S.? And that's my worry about that for the bigger goal. Yes, there's a lot less people who travel to these games, and we're still in the continental U.S. And a lot of times there's very, very few people that will travel from Pennsylvania, from Boston to go to L.A., or from L.A. to go to Texas for a game for a weekend. Mm-hmm. So it is not as, I don't think the risks are as catastrophic as what Japan's thinking that they are right now for their situation. But it still makes me wonder. It makes me think. And then it's like, are we going back down that road where, hey, guess what, guys, everything's closing again?
Like I don't foresee a thing where it shuts down all the way again. Like I don't think people will go back to that. Like I don't. Now that people are out the house, they're not going back in. Like trying to get people to go back in again. Like the first time they was like, oh, okay. But now you don't let them taste outside. Now some people
not in Florida. Florida never went in.
No, exactly. But
Florida got crazy stuff happening on a regular basis.
No, but this is my thing, and this is why I sorry to interrupt. This is why I got mad at at the California governor. I'm not going to say him. I should address him by his full title, but I don't want people to get upset. But the thing is, if Florida was able to enforce things, and which why they worked with the economy, they worked with a lot of different things. They wore masks when they needed to, and the stuff that they did wrong was overblown. If they're able to open everything up and not have stuff spike, and that's what everybody was concerned about. Everybody was like, oh, stuff's gonna spike. Disney World opened up, the rates didn't spike. Universal Studios, opened up, the rates didn't spike. Spring break happened, the rates didn't spike. They didn't go down, but they plateaued. But then other places were the same thing. They were closed down and rates were plateaued. So if they're saying, hey, that's what I mean. So if Florida never really went into like a total lockdown, they said, hey, guess what? Mm-hmm. Be responsible, and they enforced this stuff. So when you went to Disney, when you went to certain places, like, hey, guess what? You're in the supermarket. Mm-hmm. You're in this. You're in this. You're in this. You're wearing your damn mask. Yeah. And they enforced it, and that's what people, they don't get Florida credit for it. They enforced it better than people gave them credit for, and that's why we saw these celebrities were like, I'm never going to Disney ever again because my blah 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 who has ADHD can't wear a freaking mask. And I'm like, yeah, then wait till the shit's over. I'm sorry you guys can't go to Disney World right now, but there's a reason for it, and stop being selfish, And that's the thing too. So Florida did a better job at enforcing than people gave them credit for, and why they were still having things open. And I think that's what we have to realize too.
So I'm from Florida, right? Mm. I just met individuals who having like block parties and shit like that.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
There were people who were having like mile-long block parties in Florida. And that's probably where the plateau came from, right?
Yeah.
Because, and to be honest with you, man, I don't know what it has been. Like, I can't even disclose that. I'm still in the military. Never mind. Disregard.
Right. But the people who had the block parties, but I'm saying, but to their credit, after the block party, if they went to the supermarket, if they went X, Y, and Z, they were in compliance. They were wearing their masks, because at the block party, they're like, fuck it. I'm at my house.
Say what? Oh yeah, you gone, bro. Man, hey, the people didn't shut you down. They came in the stream and shut them down.
He was talking about the wrong thing.
They came in and shut them down. You said too much.
Too much. We gotta mute him.
Okay. I think we can hear you again now.
All right. I was saying to their retrospect, the people after their fucking block party, they would go on and put on their mask and go comply so they wouldn't spread it to the people that they didn't know.
Right. Okay. So to shift gears real quick. All right.
That was Newsom shut me down.
bro. Hey. Look. So next thing up on the docket, though, man. How y'all feel about Bill Cosby getting out?
Oh, so I mean, I think he should be out, right? So a lot of people don't have the same viewpoint as me. And it's not just legally, right? I think legally, he was never supposed to be tried, right? The way that they handled the case was completely wrong, and the judge who overturned it stated that exact same thing. Yeah. Then you have to go where people took everything the media said and ran with it, right? Even I did for a portion of the time, right? I was like, dang, Bill did this. I'm like, this is America. Well, this is Black America's dad, right? Like, ain't no way, Bill. And then I started seeing things come out, the numerous amount of women that came out. I'm like, damn. Like, my heart has changed on Bill. So I go and read the court documents, right? And I'm just like, damn, wait. I thought the media said this, but the documents say something completely different. And it's just small wordings in places that can change an entire statement, right? So you can go on and say, oh, he knowingly gave women drugs, and then leave out the second sentence where it says the women asked for the drugs, right? And then leave out the third sentence says that they all took drugs together. So all of them, all as a whole, were inebriated, intoxicated, whatever word you want to use, right? So in my mind, I'm like, damn. So I'm out here thinking like he just throwing Quaaludes and chicks drinks.
Man, I thought he was on some Rick Ross. Put that Molly on the ship and she didn't know it. Like that's what I thought he was on some Rick Ross. Man, I thought he was. I was like, yo, Bill.
Exactly. And then it was like 60-some women. I'm like, Bill, you wildin'.
He put it in the Jello pudding. We had the little sprinkle.
I'm gonna give you a pudding pop. A little
Quaalude sprinkle. You know what I'm saying? Get you right, baby.
I was just frosted. Don't worry about it, love.
Right.
But yeah, my viewpoint is different on it, though.
Yeah, no. So like I started where you started too, and then I got to the point where I was like, okay. I'm like, granted, he was saying like he wouldn't normally. He'll be back. He wouldn't normally do that, right? Like, cause he admitted to it, cause they under like what was it, under the guise of the
Fifth Amendment.
Yeah, the Fifth Amendment stuff, right? So they did that, and then he agreed to the civil suit and all that. But then I got to look at it back. I'm gonna take it back like this: like during that time, because you're talking about the 60s, 70s, or somewhere between the 80s, the 60s, and the 80s. Folks was wilding.
Yeah, it was the sex era where sexualization was becoming popular.
Yeah, because a lot of people didn't like Judge Joe Brown bringing it up. He's like, bro, everybody was taking drugs. He's like, everybody was having sex. He's like, this was not uncommon. He was like, so moment you agree to something and everything's all good, and then you come back like 20, 30 plus years later and say, yo.
And let's be clear, we're not talking about rape being cool back then, because some people might take your words and try to twist them.
Oh yeah. That's you true. Yeah.
But the sexualization back then is completely different
at all. Yeah. In no way, shape, or form. All I'm saying is they was all doing them drugs together, and that was the normal thing. Like they went there to do that. You know what I'm saying? Those women that was in that situation, they knew what time it was, and that's what they was on. They wanted it.
He'd never. Unless I'm missing some wording in the court documents, I don't like someone can bring that up to me. from what I read, he never said that, I unknowingly, unbeknownst to them, I was giving drugs, right? They asked, did you give them drugs? He said yes. And you can read this on deposition, right? He said yes. They asked him, did you give them drugs without their knowledge? He said no. And I'm like, well, okay, if he gave them what they asked for, and this is another thing, right? And while people argue this, back during the 60s, the law was different, right? Where in regards to consent, right? Then if you gave consent prior to, it was Gucci, right?
Yeah.
Now, no matter what, after that point, consent is no longer there, right? And people are trying to say, well, no matter if you get give consent ahead of time and you get intoxicated, you no longer get. I was like, that those weren't the laws back then. We can't judge the situation that happened in the 60s with the laws of the 2000s. That makes zero sense.
Yeah, that's not even fair. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's constantly moving the goalposts. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't. I don't know, man. Like, that just sounds really wild. Like, to switch up the rules. Like, oh man, you know what, man? We finna move the 3-point line. We know your shot normally was a 3, but you needed to step like 2 feet back because we just moved it. Like, you can't do that.
No, it's like doing that in the middle of the game. But my thing, besides everything you guys were saying, if I was, I don't know whether to call her the victim, but because I kind of don't want to call her that, but I'm trying to look for because Bill Cosby was the defendant, but so we'll just say this individual who he was doing this case,
the accuser.
There we go, the accuser, and say if she really feels the way she does, because I can't say like how she feels. If she really felt this traumatized, this violated, this hurt, and she had a case, how did her lawyer push forth with this and realizing the only information they had was invalid too? So it's like you make someone go through all of this, so it's like her lawyer should be like fired.
I got to answer for that. I got to answer for that.
Go ahead.
The court of public opinion, right? We live in a time where if the public feels like it's a case, people will run. And we have DAs, we have judges who will change the verdicts based on public opinion.
Well, I do know that, but I'm just saying the fact that they freaking let that go through, and I think that's what makes it a sad state of affairs, because pretty much the only evidence they had was stuff that was inadmissible.
Yeah.
And I guess I understand how public opinion said, oh hey, like you could use it, but the fact that if that's all you had on your case, and like I can understand maybe if the lawyer had, it's like, oh hey, guess what, I have this, this trump card, like Yu-Gi-Oh, like you use my trap card, so but like he didn't have one. And the fact that and that's the thing, so it's like you let like you said, you put the accuser through all this, because I'm not gonna say, maybe she's a victim, maybe she's not. That's not me here to say. I wasn't around in the 60s, 70s, 80s. I wasn't a fly on the wall. None of us really know what happened. But the fact that even the lawyer's in the same spot, and they took the case because they said, hey, we have this information, and this is what we're going to use, but it's all invalid. And it's like, hey, then why the hell are you using, like who said that was okay? And I think that's the thing that makes me a little more worried, because even if you think he's guilty, even if you think like that, you're on the Bill Cosby hate train, blah blah blah, he's a horrible, horrible human being. They have no evidence against him. So yeah, he's already condemned in the court of public opinion. But you have to realize, like, we don't sentence in the court of public opinion. We sentence on, an actual federal court, or state courts with the evidence that we have. And if you don't have any, then you have to say, hey, guess what? Don't be mad at Bill Cosby. Be mad at the freaking system. Because now he's out because he spent, was it 2 years, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
So now
almost 3.
Yeah, no. So now, and that's the thing, because it's not even that he's let out. Everything was overturned. So guess what? That means that's 3 years of him in prison. That's money that he's going to go and fight to get back.
Yep.
That's earnings that earnings that he lost, cost him potential future earnings like that too. So he's going after a lot of taxpayers' money. Does he need it? No, because he's probably 80. He's probably 86. Or yeah, he's like 86. So no, he doesn't need that money. But now he's doing it to prove a point, and that means the accuser's lawyer cost all of us money.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people need to be mad at, because especially if you're looking at everything, everything that he's going back after now, like it's a bigger web. It's a big tangle web, and it's more if you believe that he's innocent or guilty, it's more, hey, guess what? We wasted money, then we wasted more money, and now guess what? Now we have to pay the man.
Yep.
Yeah,
you go.
Yeah. I really just feel like his escape case was really scary to me, because I was like, so you're telling me I could get to 50 years old and somebody come back and get me for something that happened when I was 20? I'm like, that's kind of wild, bro.
Yeah.
Like without any like proof. Like, we're not talking about like you had like a kit on file or nothing like that. We talking about you just saying like, nah, I didn't agree to that. Like, what? Like you,
and that's what I spoke to about public opinion. Like, an accusation could destroy your life.
Yeah,
and it especially as a black man, like,
yeah,
you can lose everything.
Someone loves me, guys. Someone loves me. Hey. Look at this.
What?
What time is it there?
It's was it
12:09? Yeah.
Okay. Wait, it's the same time? I thought you were in California.
No. 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 I just know what time it is because I kept my laptop set to West Coast.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't.
Gangsta mix.
Oh, you in the East Coast? Oh my God. Oh.
That's why he did like that, and I was like. And that completely went up by her head.
Man, way over. Like,
but yeah, man. I mean, so like, it's the thing that I don't like is that, and that's why. So I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that, right? And that's why now I don't deal with women who do, right? Because I will not be put in a situation where, we are out having fun and we go back and have sex. And, later on down the line, you get mad at me and you try to say, well, on this night, we were doing this. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, we how many times have we done this, right?
Yeah.
Like, how many times have we went out, had fun, came back and had sex, right? How many, like million times, right?
Yeah.
But now you're able to choose at any point in time. If you get emotionally distraught or you don't feel right about something, you can use that against me and say, well, he sexually assaulted me because I was intoxicated and I couldn't give consent.
Well, that's what we were talking about beforehand too. Yes, I was talking to Nikki about it, and my thing was and the thing is, I want to know more about these contracts with other players. I know I'm kind of going off kilter, but kind of like what King's saying. It's people in positions of power. I want to know what the contracts say, because sometimes companies, they're letting them go with accusations and not not actually findings, not even like a police investigation. Like, it gets to the accusation part, and they're like, and the companies are like, oh, you're gone. Oh, you're gone. Like we're not dealing with you.
They're trying to save face because of public opinion.
Yeah,
and money too.
Yeah, no, and that. Yeah. And I'm saying, and that kind of hurts, because then it's like saying, if I'm having a bad day, and say like I actually have photos of me and Sandra Bullock together, and then I'm having a bad day because she said something like that too. Oh, she did this and this and this and this to me, and here's some photos of us
together. The same way.
Well, no, but I'm just throwing it out there. But yeah, but then it's like her career's ruined, because or even if I go like Jillian Barberie or some news anchors, which is kind of bad. And I know it's the same way like with guys and everything too, but it's like, oh, hey, you could go ahead and make some accusations and get them to, and not even to stick, just to get them out there, so to get them repeated, and then people like they lose their job. And think that's the thing where I kind of want to see these contracts. So I'm like, and maybe I'm looking too deep into them, and maybe they're paying them out and say, hey, guess what? This is the rest of your contract. We're not renewing your contract anymore, but here's your buyout. Maybe
But
that's
just
what they're doing.
breaking it all together.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know.
This is the one reason why I'm very fond of statute of limitations on everything, because at some point, like you gotta just call it what it is. Like if you was wrong, then you just took too long to tell somebody. Like,
Yeah.
But this is my thing with that, right?
I mean, it does sound kind of like effed up. Like, yo, like you took too long. But I mean, we gotta put some type of like process in place to where like you actually have to like prove this, because we can't.
I wasn't about to say it was messed up.
Like too many people like are getting like accused of stuff and just losing like everything, like off an accusation. Then it comes out later, oh, that person didn't even do it. Like you look at what's his name, fucking Johnny Depp. Like people were saying like he was his girl came out and was saying like he was beating her and all this other stuff. Turned to find out
she was beating his ass.
She tried to put his finger, like part of his finger is home, and it was actually her. She was the abuser.
And she's making money too, still, because
this is my
London,
thing, right?
Because in London, he still messed up in London.
And this is my thing, right? When everything came out and hit the fan, and people started like, "Yo, no, like, I know everything's looking like this, but yo, she is really like." Every time I've been around them, she's been the aggressor, right? Mm-hmm. Media went silent, and that's what fucks me up when it comes to court of law. And it comes to public opinion, and it comes to media, and it comes to companies and these contracts that you were talking about. When a woman accuses a man of shit like that, his career is gone in an instant. Mm-hmm. But when facts are found out that it's the opposite, it's like nothing happens.
Yeah, and at least with Johnny Depp's case, I think I'll commend Disney, because Disney, they said pause. And they didn't even do pause. They slowed down with them, so they still had him on the payroll, but they didn't market him as much because they're saying we're gonna see how this is. But it's like, yeah, but like you said, Amber Heard, she's now in the DC universe making freaking lots of money with the Aquaman stuff.
Didn't they just remove her from the Aquaman stuff or no?
Yeah, they did. They just removed her.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying, they just removed her, but for how long was she able to go and ride that wave? Have Aquaman actually come out, be able to do this, be able to redo her career, and at the same time, and this is during an ongoing case, and at least with Disney, they did their due diligence. And
did Disney actually like put their foot back behind him though?
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. They didn't put their foot behind him, but at the time, what happened was when people they didn't go actively say we support you. But at the same time, when people were saying, "Hey, like we need to remove Johnny Depp from everything, from the Pirates of the Caribbean like that too," Disney said no, because Disney said there's nothing found, there's nothing like that too. This is still ongoing. We'll take appropriate measures if and when we have to, because that's the thing. Because Johnny Depp, he's in all the Pirates of the Caribbean rides at Disneyland like that too, and people they wanted to remove his likeness, and at least with that time, Disney was kind of like, hold up, But it sucks because his career was kind of put on pause. Why hers was blossoming, which kind of sucked on that end. So at least like it didn't destroy his career, but it didn't help him. But other people, like I said, because if it wasn't Disney, because I kind of like with James Gunn, he put something on Twitter freaking years ago, and Disney kind of fired him, and yeah, they brought him back, but that's
that stuff too, bro. That stuff is wild to me. I'm like, bro. Everything was different back then. Like even with a tweet, it was different. Like people were making those jokes regular. That was a regular joke.
Yeah. So comedy,
mad retweets.
Yeah. So comedy and stuff like that is completely different nowadays. Like things that were okay like 15 years ago are like you go back and look at some of the music that was made. Look at some of the shows, bro. The shows that we grew up on, none of that shit would be airing today. None of it.
No, because it's even stuff like this. Because I remember I was watching Justice League Unlimited, right? So Justice League, and there's a joke on there where freaking what was it? The Flash was he was joking about being like the fastest man, right? That too, and Hot Girl was like, that's why you can't get a girlfriend. And like that would not be on anything today. you know, but like I said, the jokes were different, context was different, everything was different, and that was even if we go Justice League Unlimited, that's 15 years ago.
Yep.
So in 15 years ago, and probably less than that, about how much everything changed.
Man.
So I want to see Celine's view on the Bill Cosby case.
You're still muted, by the way. You got yourself.
I had her turn the music off. I'm in the lift right now, y'all. But hi. On the Bill Cosby thing, like honestly, like I'm like indifferent, if that makes sense. Because like to me, obviously, like I care about like, like sexual assault victims and stuff like that.
As we all should.
And at the same time, sometimes people have an agenda. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So it depends on like what side it's actually on. And I'm not trying to say like I don't believe these women or whatever, but you hear stories all the time about celebrities. Like if you go to their house, like you can't have your phone. If they tell you to take this, you got to take this and you got to drop your phone in this bucket to walk through the door. So to me at that point, if those are your only options to be able to get in or to be able to, hang out with these people, and you take this pill and you leave your phone, and you don't remember the next day, or you remember bits and pieces the next day, then why did you go, or why did you put yourself in that situation in the first place? You get what I'm saying? So my thing is like, if somebody is telling you take this or you got to leave, and you take this and you don't leave, then to me, in a sense, you're setting your own self up for, you get what I'm saying? Like you're setting your own self up. But at the same time, who knows the conversation? Only God and them know at the end of the day. But it's just like, to me, like Bill Cosby, obviously he is an icon in the Black television world, comedy world. Bill Cosby, like all, like a bunch of stuff. And it's like, to me, like there could have been a target on his back for the things that he was trying to do for, you get what I'm saying, like Black culture, or
NBC.
just for himself as a Black man.
Yeah.
And he could have been targeted. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, on one side, I feel like he could have been targeted. On the other side, it's like, sometimes men of power don't feel like they get enough. You get what I'm saying? Like a man could be
Could be both
and still feel like he has to. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, and it could be both, and still feel like he has to. If he doesn't get his way, he gonna get his way regardless. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's like him being released and stuff. To me, I feel like the man is old as hell. You get what I'm saying? Like, obviously, y'all, you get what I'm saying? No, like some of what is going on. And I'm not saying this because like he is who he is. It's just like, what good is it gonna, just like the university that has spoke up against him? Well, give him his money back.
And that's actually where the mom from the show works. She's the dean of she's the dean at Howard.
Dean of the like, isn't she the dean of like drama and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's dean of arts, I think.
Yeah, dean of arts.
And they're actually mad at her now too. So because
and what's so crazy to me is like, you're mad at her for saying
an opinion.
Yes. But her opinion was correct. The legal system is fucked up.
Yeah,
it is. Like, I think everybody can agree that the legal system is messed up.
No, and that's what I hit on earlier because I was talking about more so than how, because I said I can't identify with how the accuser feels. I can't. But I was more mad at her lawyer and the system, because they're saying because they didn't have a trump card and they put her through all this crap for what? And now it's gonna cost all of us money, because the thing was, it wasn't even like he was released. Everything was overturned, which means now he has like Smooth already said, almost 3 years of money that we have to pay back.
And that was the new district attorney's fault though. Like the district attorney that was working on his case before he had retired or left or whatever the case may have been, he had set a deal, right? So when he set that deal, that was what the deal was. They agreed to it. Then turn around, the new district attorney had tried to put in a new deal after something was already agreed on, and the judge was just like, look, we're not doing that. And you get what I'm saying? Like,
no, yeah, I know.
He got the good end of the stick instead of the brunt end of the stick. Because if the judge would have went with the new deal, obviously it would have been harsher terms. So it's just like, to me, the new district attorney had messed everything up for everybody that had put time and effort into this to put Bill Cosby in the position that he was. Because they already had a deal set. You get what I'm saying? So it was just like, at that point, you coming in trying to change stuff, you just let the whole cat out the bag at this point. And now time was wasted. People are upset. People are going to be mad and feel like justice wasn't served. But at the same time, who knows if it was real justice or not? Like, obviously, you see these cases coming up of the Me Too. And I'm not saying, like, to me, it's like we in a cancel culture. You feel me? Like,
we were just talking about that.
You know what I'm saying? We are in a whole cancel culture, and I do not agree with cancel culture. Like, people can't have opinion. People can't talk up. That's just like Eddie Murphy comedy show that he did in his red jumpsuit. Yo, if that came out today, he would have got straight judged. You get what I'm saying? He would not be Eddie Murphy he is right now. You get what I'm saying? Like, he would not be who he is if he had that show in 2021. He would have got judged. He would have got castrated. He would have got canceled. He would have got all of that. So it's like, we live in a whole different age where people are so sensitive about everything that is said, about everything. Like, people can't take a joke anymore. People can't, like, if you say something that somebody don't agree on, you can't disagree to agree. You have to be homophobic. You have to be racist. You got to be all the names in the book before you can just have a different. So it's just crazy. I got a little passionate about that. My voice got raised a little bit.
It's all good now, but I mean, everything you said was true though. Like, it's just way too much like going on. Like, it's like, well, I mean, not going on, but like they letting just pass through. Like, I feel like society just needs to like there was a sweet spot we was at, and we're like way too far to the side. Like, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's just upset. Like, and everybody just wants to be upset. Like, I don't want to be mad. Like, why can't we just be happy? Like, and if it's happening and you were wrong, cool. Like do due process. Let's go to the judge. Let's get you, you know what I'm saying, get you your justice. Or let's find out if the other person actually was innocent. You just happened. You know what I'm saying? But we just can't just public opinion. Okay, I think this person is trash. Thousands of people agree with me. This person is trash, but that person might actually be a great person.
Well, because I think we're in right now with society. You only can be kind of like you said. You only can be on the left or the right. So it's like what Feline said, it's either you're canceled or you're not. You know, you can't. No one can be in the middle. And even like with the Bill Cosby thing, people they're saying he is horrible or he's innocent. No one's saying. A lot of people they're not saying that. Hey, guess what? The system's broken.
Exactly. No one's saying like the middle.
A lot of people like what we said earlier too. During and kind of what Celine hit on the head too. During this time, it was you go here, you take this because like you said, the people who were getting drugs, they knew they were getting drugs. So if you're willingly ingesting and stuff like that, but the thing was that was a time, and like what you said too, we can't put 2021 freaking ideals and rules on something that happened in the 60s, in the 70s, because the times were different. But unfortunately, people they don't want to see it. Yeah, they don't want to see it that way. People they want to see things like in black and white, and it's kind of like the thing is when you're a kid, we understand why you see things in black and white because that's how you learn about the world and know what's right and what's wrong. As you get older, and what makes us adults is because we realize that there's a lot of gray area in the world, And unfortunately, with the internet, because people are able to say what they want to say without any repercussions, because they're hiding behind a keyboard or a screen. they could be belligerent and make their point and call you stupid and kind of force you to be on one side of the other, and no one could really
I just
say
be
that.
Like, pull up on me.
Yeah, no, I tell that to people like all the time.
People,
but
to me, like people when they feel like they're losing, they start calling names. That's how I feel about it.
No,
Yeah,
but,
that's right.
but people is like it's even
When people
hard for
feel
people to do.
pre-defeated, they start calling names.
Yeah, but the problem is people they can't even agree to disagree or even be a little bit neutral or see someone's point, because there's a lot of things that I see, and even like when I was talking like with Little Man, but I cannot stand his dad, right? But I understand. I understand how his dad can get to certain ideas, and people they're not willing to do that. So it might be a stupid as idea, but I understand how he gets to that point. And even when Little Man's freaking in trouble and freaking out, and he is totally wrong, I understand why he does that. It doesn't make it right, but you understand the thought process and understand. Hey, guess what? We see things differently, and this is how it is. And people can't do that, And they're saying, hey, it's you're either right or wrong. You're an idiot or you're not an idiot, and you're canceled and you're not canceled.
Yeah.
Facts. Okay. So cool. We're done. We're dead here. What about so I guess the meat of the topic for the day, what do y'all bring to the table, man?
Wait, what do you mean, y'all?
In a relationship. Let me phrase this. Let me set this. So what do y'all in a relationship? What do y'all bring to the table? Like, what do you and then also what do you expect from your partner? Like,
I expect my partner to bring me some of these when I'm in the middle of a podcast.
Man, heartfelt moment when she brought him that.
His eyes lit up. Everything went better.
Like,
so
you understand me?
Y'all want me to go first?
Go ahead, King.
Yeah, go ahead.
So for me, I mean, finance is obvious. That's something that I'm a traditionalist, right? I think every man should be, before they even start dating, they should have their finances and shit in order. And if you don't, you need to stay off the fucking dating market. But financially stable, financially prosperous.
Hold on. So when you mean stable, do you mean under control, or do you mean
that's why I said prosperous? I had to add prosperous at the end of that. So, and people like to be financially stable and want to date. I think before you start dating, you should be at a place in life financially where,
that's pretty.
You can actually sustain. You can actually sustain, a wife and a child, right? Because a lot of people, they can't do that. Like they financially are not in a place to provide for two other human beings, and that's okay. You're just not at that point in your life yet. That just means you do not need to be on the serious dating market. If you're out here just fucking around, do your thing, right?
Yeah.
But so financial
literacy.
I'm trying to say I'm trying not to use stabilization because prospering financially,
or at least a financial plan.
Yeah, definitely, right. Structure.
There we go.
Guidance.
I like that. I like the structure.
That masculine energy in the house. I'm a traditionalist. I'm not traditionalist in the sense of, because I think sometimes people equate being a traditionalist with like, you don't wash dishes, you don't wash clothes, you don't do all that shit, da. So for me,
I mean, I'm sorry, I just want to chime in. You mean like just a traditional man role as far as like you're the man of the household, just in general, like
yeah,
I get what you're
provider,
saying.
protector,
yeah,
which is all good things. Like
no,
go ahead.
I'm with you because like I said, I also do dishes and like that too. But I do like that role too, because like my role, which is a lot of people they don't get, is like if I'm around and my hands aren't full,
Like,
you're not opening that door because I'm touching the door for you.
Exactly.
Like for cars,
right?
Yeah, so.
Like, and I still do that stuff like that too, right? Chivalry ain't dead.
Yeah,
but so to
Thank God.
provider, I'm providing financially and providing, a place. Well, as a man, and when you say relationship, do you just mean like dating? Well, not dating, but like in an actual relationship and married, or just married?
Like in a relationship, like
serious relationship.
Like, at some point, like, okay, I'm talking about past that initial dating stage. I'm talking about it's you and that person. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Relationship.
Y'all are serious with each other. Like, and every stage after that, because there's that period where y'all are kind of cool, but y'all ain't rocking like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she might be able to hit you up like, yo, I need like my tire like changed, or I'm a little short or something, and you might let her borrow something, and she gotta pay you back. Like, I'm talking about the stage where like y'all is.
I don't ever tell a woman that.
Unit, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like the tire ends up busted, and you like, yo, I'm gonna pay to get this tire fixed because this our car.
I ain't paying to get none of that.
No, I'm saying no, because it's our car. Like, I'm talking about y'all.
Y'all talking about y'all actually together. I thought you was just saying like,
no,
we just start dating and your tire blow. You expect me to
gears real fast, and
serious relationship.
I clearly turned hard.
Okay, my bad, but so but I bring those things to the table. I'm also like, I'm a DIY type of guy. I'm a hands-on type of guy. Like, I change my own oil. I change my own tires. I change like I do yard work. I do like the things you would traditionally think a man would do. Like, it's things I do. I also own 2 businesses. My network is good. I don't surround myself with a lot of ain't shit people. In a sense, so you wouldn't have to guess about the crowd that I'm hanging with. Like, well, your homeboy is da-da-da-da-da. Like, I also provide a comfortable space so you feel good knowing that your man isn't out here running around with each and every type of person, right?
Yeah.
And I'm also provide that structure at home. And what I look for, from a woman is femininity, cooperation, the ability to be level-headed. I don't like hot-headed women. I look for that nurturing side, someone who I can see before it happens, being the mother of my kids, right? Someone I believe, I won't have to worry about thinking like, damn, my kids, when I'm not at home, like my kids aren't going to have, food that they need or, clothes they need. And even if me and their mother potentially separate, I won't have to worry about my kids,
That one. That's a huge one for me.
I won't have to worry about my kids potentially wearing and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with Walmart shit, right? Like I'm not frugal, but I don't like just throwing my money to the wind at random shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to have to I don't want my kids wearing, like, she's out wearing red bottoms or she's wearing Gucci and all this type of stuff, and my kids are wearing some Walmart shoes. Yeah, Kmart kickers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the issue to me, right? Yeah. And like, my kids aren't getting the basic necessities, and she's buying 4 or 5 cars. Like, that is a huge problem to me. Someone who I caution this because I want someone who has a certain level of education, right? So,
I mean, like, bro, if you just don't want it to be dumb, just say that, bro. Like, I say,
no, not at all, nowhere near, right? But I also want someone who has, a certain level of self-respect, someone who I don't want to have to think about, is there a potential that she would, act in a certain way when I'm not around, right? So I should be comfortable with you. I should be comfortable enough to not have the need to be around you 24/7, right?
Yeah.
You should be comfortable with their character.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Because this generation of women is you question a lot of things. That's why I'm single now, right?
Oh no, I definitely get that one because I told Smooth, and it was funny because when I was in because last year I was training in 2019 with and it was with the ex, right? I wasn't with like that too, so she wanted to roll through and see me like that too, and then she was kind of trying to like to throw herself at me. And like I didn't know what she wanted, so I was kind of like, nah. And the thing is, because I kind of know how she was from beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Well, fast forward until today, I literally just found out she was during that time when she was trying to throw herself at me, she was seeing someone else, and now they're engaged. So,
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Yeah, and that's why. So I know what you mean by that one too, because I know like, and part of the reason why I didn't want to fuck with her is because I know no matter what, one, I know how she is, so I'm gonna question her every time she's out with somebody because she's the type of person where even if she wasn't planning to meet him, you know, if she runs into an ex and they kind of pressure her, or so I'll say if they suggest, hey, let's hook up, she's gonna do it. You know, and so I definitely know what you mean by that about their character and trusting them and how women while out. You know, and that's the thing. She was trying to throw herself at me, and at the time she was in a relationship with someone else, and now they're engaged.
Yeah,
you know,
bro.
It's like you see it on social media all the time. Like so many married women who like post about their relationships and things of that nature all on social media, and then they're in your DMs. I'm like, wait, your husband and your child are on your page. Like, why are you in my DMs?
Well,
bro, it be folks' whole girlfriend, bro. Like, I'm like, I just dapped bro up yesterday. Like, what am I supposed
That's disrespectful. That's just disrespectful.
Like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, that's wild. No, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even know. Like, my situation was like, I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even know. Like, I just ran into a dude, and then the next thing I know, he's like, he posted his old lady one time, and I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm just
and the other guy doesn't owe you anything, right? That's your woman, right? He's seeing her as a woman that he may be interested in, right?
No.
Gives him that opportunity.
That's his girl.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like before you knew anything about him, you didn't owe him anything, right? You don't know this man. You meet a woman, you interact with her, however you feel like you choose to want to, right? So that's why anytime if a woman ever cheats on me or steps out on me, anything like that, I'm not really mad at the dude. Like you did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Like, because if I was in that same position, like, bro, like, honestly, if she looked good, if she tossed it, like, hey, like, I'm not mad at you for slamming the alley.
She tossed it.
Hey, no, but look, like, if she threw up the alley-oop and you dunk it, like, I can't be mad at you because that's on her.
Yeah, if she throws it back, I'm gonna catch it. That's all. But that's what I meant.
Now she throw it back and Manila to the wall. My bad.
No, but that's what I mean. Because like you said, because old girl I was talking about too, like her relationship stuff and everything on her page was all hidden, and so I don't know if it's hidden from me just because that's what she wanted, or it's hidden from everybody else.
Because you can't hide it from specific people now too.
Yeah, you can't hide it from specific people.
No, that's what I mean. And because the only reason I found out is because I was looking for an old picture for like that too, and I remember she liked it. So I was like, oh, so I'm like, so let me go through her page to see it too. And then it was like she's tagged in this picture, and then like I found her fiance, and I was like, oh, and it's like, oh, they've been going. I was like, oh, they, it's been like a year together and blah blah blah. And I'll get to them. Like, hold up,
on his page,
yeah. And it's like, oh, because she was tagged in the picture, so it was on her page, And then it's like, oh, like a year together, blah blah blah. And I'm like, wait a minute, a year? That was, you were trying to throw it back at me. I'm like, holy crap.
So I'm gonna say this one thing, and then I'm gonna let Celine go because Celine look like she got something she want to say. She look like she do. I'm gonna say this, bro. I've seen a scenario like same thing you was talking about. Like I was like I'm like, bro, I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't post people on your page like ever. You know what I'm saying? Like you posted me like one time. You know what I'm saying? And the picture was like. It looked very like we had something going on, like it extra friendly. So my thing was like, okay, I see you with this dude, like extra friendly, but you still messaging me though, like, I'm like, pick what you want, pick where you want to be, and be there. Like I don't care.
Celine, you was in
Like,
Qatar?
huh?
She said she want both of them.
No, she's not. No, she's not in Qatar, bro. Like, relax, man. Stop
You
giving
know,
up my life.
I asked her was she in Qatar?
No,
No.
dude. I have not dealt with
What?
nobody out
No,
here.
bro. I was just asking her was she in Qatar. What are you
Oh,
talking about?
He's trying
no,
to put together all the pieces.
no, bro, no.
No, I just follow her on Instagram. That's why I asked.
Oh, who? Who you talking about, Celine or me?
Celine?
Oh no, nah,
Wait,
Celine.
me? Wait, what?
He was talking to
I
you.
just
I
followed
think
you on Instagram.
he was talking to you. Go ahead.
Wait, what happened? I missed it. I ain't gonna lie. It would just went over my head. Wait,
I said I just followed you on Instagram, and I was asking you was you in Qatar?
was I into what?
No,
Were you in Qatar?
She is not. Yeah. Anyway, it's your turn, Celine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell us what you bring to the table, and what do you want from the table?
Okay, so I live a crazy lifestyle, so I'm not even looking for anything right now, honestly. But I mean, I bring to the table me and my 2 kids, and that's it. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm totally joking. No, like I have like a lot of things going on as far as like working on stuff financially. I'm always good financially, like regardless. Like, but I can say I don't have a consistent flow of financial means just because I'm not in my career yet. I'm currently training, so obviously, like it's kind of like going to school. You have to, like get acclimated into what you're trying to do to be able to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, like I have ambition. I am very strong-minded, strong-willed. I am willing to follow and not have to be the forefront and try to lead all the time. Um, I'm willing to listen and I'm willing to, like, I mean, I can cook. That's one thing. Like, I'm funny sometimes. Like,
You're funny all the time.
Nah, you
I
big
can,
fun.
I can get down.
Did this man pull out an iPad and get to write notes?
Hey, look,
Yeah.
you know that's how I roll, bro. You know I be taking notes.
That's another person for KJ, man. KJ's gonna kill us all.
Oh my god, like for real. But no, like I mean, like overall, like I feel like, but this is based off of what other people have told me. Like I have a good character. Like I know how to carry myself sometimes. Like when I'm not now, there's like different sides of me, y'all. Like I have like
How
Celine.
many different sides? Yeah. Okay.
I have Celine, which is
How do you spell
like
that?
my party Celine anyway. Like my party or like my, like outgoing. And then I have like my home personality, which is Raven, which is my first name. Which is like that's more dear to me, that's more close to me. Like people close to me know that person. Like I'm more chill, I'm more like reserved and just not as like broadcasting as I typically can be. But it's just like I feel like I bring a lot of right now what people would call like potential as far as like um I've gotten wife material a lot, like why haven't you been this, that, and the third, cuffed or whatever type deal. Honestly, I don't want to be right now because y'all know
You
I'm
live a
just,
life.
yeah, y'all know I was y'all know I was in a 4-year relationship, so I'm still like a year ago, so I'm still kind of just like
recovering.
Yeah, I'm good on it for real. So, but if I'm looking for anything, I'm looking for somebody who is like financially like stable. Although like I know a lot of men are gonna say something, but obviously like I'm good. I can take care of myself, but I'm not. I'm looking for somebody that's financially stable, just based off of what I know,
So,
because that's
question,
what I came from, huh?
question. How much would you want like your potential husband, assuming you would be dating somebody to marry? How much would you want
Right.
your potential husband to make?
Yes, yes.
I wouldn't put a number on it. I would put like responsibility on it, if that makes sense.
What do you mean?
Because my thing is like you could be making like just like I said, like it could be a plan towards
Oh yeah, I think I know where you.
something. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you could be in a 9 to 5 and make $15 an hour and still make, you get what I'm saying, like
Mm.
everything work. So to me, as long as you have a place to lay your head, a vehicle or something, you get what I'm saying, you taking care of your kids if you have kids. You get what I'm saying? If
So
you're
so pretty much
responsible
that net
financially,
income. Yeah.
yeah, like if you're responsible financially, then I'm
So
like here for
okay,
it. And if you have plans to grow yourself financially and you're working towards that, then I'm here for it. Like,
So ideally though, like if you
okay, like
could
I'm trying not to be
if you had six men lined up, right? They all met your standards. One made 30,000, one made 50,000, one made 100,000, one made two hundred
okay.
thousand. Like,
Look, y'all gotta understand. I'm coming from a relationship where my guy was making 8 figures. You get what I'm saying?
mhm,
So obviously, I come from being like get anything I want, spoiled, like
mhm.
you get what I'm saying? So I try
Mm.
not to put that aspect,
But did he
project that
have the
aspect
other
onto
aspects that you wanted in a man though?
responsibility. Well, it was emotionally unavailable for little things. What I would call little. It was like so I look at things more so now like I need emotional availability. Like I need affection. I need you get what I'm saying? Like, I need you to be able to speak my language as far as when it comes to love. Like, I'm a very like open and outgoing person when it comes down. Well, not outgoing person, but I'm very open to love. Like, I'm not closed off. I'm not like reserved on figuring out if this person is actually, I'm not reserved on giving myself in a certain way so that way somebody knows like this is what I really want to do. Like, are you here with me or are you not? You get what I'm saying? Like, I need like, to me, like finances don't make or break a lot of things because I had that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I had somebody that can get me any and everything that I wanted. I think I'm on child lock. Um,
So my
um,
oh, okay.
He's,
So
he's
wait,
he's listening to your list. He's keeping you in there.
real quick. So I'm gonna see if I can summarize if I'm following you right. So what you're saying is like so even though this man could like buy you everything, the other things that you were missing like found to be way more important to you.
important.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
and so there's my that is that so there's still my question. So if you met a guy who was emotionally available to you, he was affectionate, he had all the things that your prior relationship was lacking, right?
Mhm.
His finances still wouldn't matter. Like if you had an ideal look, his finances still wouldn't matter.
His finances wouldn't matter to a certain extent of responsibility. He has to be at least responsible. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like I said, having a roof over his head, having a vehicle.
So
If
what
he
is your
has kids, taking
what is
care of
your
his
level of
kids.
living?
I have okay, so I travel I travel like all the time. That's where I'm at like in my life. I
Mhm.
travel literally like every week, every other day. Like I'm not every other day, but like every week I'm going somewhere. I'm never home type deal. Like, but yet I still pay my rent. I still take care of my child. I still, you get what I'm saying? This, that, and the
Mm.
third.
So if
Like
you had if you had a man who couldn't keep up with that type of lifestyle, right?
I wouldn't to me, I wouldn't even project my lifestyle on somebody that I think that wouldn't be able to keep up. But my thing is, I don't expect anybody to keep up with this type of lifestyle that I'm living either. You get what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? I
Yeah.
live an abnormal lifestyle. So it's like I can't sit here and be like, oh, you
So
have to you get what I'm saying, like keep up with me. Like that don't make sense because this is not a regular thing. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not like I'm sitting down in one
right.
space and like like available all the time. I'm not available all the time either. So my thing is, it would have to be like something that's understood at the end of the day as well. But
So ideally, you would want a relationship after this phase of your life. After you
right,
slow down, you would want to slow down first, and then start an actual relationship.
So
Because right now your lifestyle is not conducive to being with someone on that level, so where you can feel like you're giving them the level of Celine or Raven, in that particular case, because I believe you would probably want to give them more so Raven instead of Celine, and you
So when
can't
will
really
this
get
phase
Raven right
be
now.
over?
You're in Celine mode.
what'd you say?
When will this
Uh,
phase be over? So I could go
This
write it down.
this be over.
But anyway,
Raven.
why she is talking? I guess I could do what. Oh, she's back. She's back.
sorry.
So when will this phase be over?
Um, obviously, like I have a goal to reach right now, so I'm until I reach my goal and until I get into a certain um, place in my life, then I will be open to actually being in a full like relationship. Um, mind you, I'm training for uh, Genesis Cloud, and so I want to be like at least a little bit into my career before you get what I'm saying, like
You
just
said you're training for what? I can't hear you.
Genesis.
Genesis Cloud. It's a telephony company. So it's basically like, or did y'all want me to like explain, or do you just wanted to know that far?
No, you
I'll
go
like
ahead.
go into
You can
it.
You can
explain it.
explain.
You can explain it.
Yeah.
So basically, like it's a telephony company, and like okay, so let's say you call your bank, right?
Mhm.
And you have the drop down options 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever when you're calling them. I would be one of the people that created that platform for you to be able to click those numbers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so also it's like a social media platform for call centers, basically. Like that's the best way I can explain it. Like we are the people that um, create the prompts that they say to you when they're talking to you. We're the people that create the area where they can put their notes into and how they put their notes into. We're the people that handle how QC is taken care of. We are the people that handle like um,
Mm-hmm.
whether or not you hear a song when you're on hold, or if you hear like a message, a repeated message, just things along those lines. It's
So you
development
guys program a lot of
telephony.
things.
Yeah, yeah. It's basically like it's definitely developing and programming for sure. Um, but it can be on the admin side or the development side. There's a lot of in and outs to it, but that's like a good little brief. But I'm studying for that, and it's like I have to put in time. Like I have meetings, you get what I'm saying, that I have to attend on top of working and reaching my goal as well. And
Yeah.
then my son is still young right now, so it's like I also don't want to just like be putting anybody in his face and this, that, and the third. You get what I'm saying? Like to
How
me,
old are
I
you?
just want to be.
If you
I'm
don't mind me
24.
asking.
I just turned 24. So it's like I gotta make sure that like to me, I want to be in a good space to where like I'm not dealing with certain things, because there's a lot of things that like go on behind the scenes as far as like dealing with my child's father and this, that, and the third. Like to me, I shouldn't have to. To me, as a mother, like I should be trusted enough to know how to handle my child, right? Just as I should trust him on how to handle my child, correct? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, to me, I shouldn't have to answer to my child's father about certain things just because he feels a way, because he doesn't want to let go. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I still have to deal with that aspect, and I don't want to bring anybody in a murky or sticky situation. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not the type of person to try to throw you in the mud and be like, well, this is just where I'm at with it, and you gotta, you get what I'm saying? No, like obviously we're
You
gonna
have to
have to
run your
come back
hands in
later.
it.
You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not I'm not here to run an agenda on anybody. You get what I'm saying? Like obviously people want love. If you want love, you gotta give it back. You get what I'm saying? And if I can't give it to you in a full capacity, then I'm not even gonna waste your time or mine either.
That's respect.
So it's
Hey,
like I
that's a
gotta,
real
you get what I'm
thing.
saying? Like it's just to me because it's like a lot of people like will dive their head into something like head first and not realize they're just looking to crash in the first place, and because
Yeah.
they're going head first and
Hmm.
not feet first. And to me, like I've been head first a lot of the time, and it's I'm getting older. I gotta learn my lesson eventually. I can't just be out here going willy nilly. I mean, obviously, right now I'm just kicking it. You get what I'm saying? Like, and anybody knows that. But at the same time, it's just like they know. You get what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
that I'm just kicking it. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. You get what I'm saying? Like, so until I'm
Do
ready
you
to
do
be
you
there
want a
for a
man
long
that's
time,
like? Do you want a man who's doing like similar?
things than me
Yeah.
right now. Right now, I don't want a man.
No, I'm
I
saying
don't.
like once you want when you get to the point where you want to settle down, like is that the type of man that you want?
Yeah, because to me, like I fall very fast. So it's like I'm kind of like the hopeless romantic type in a sense. So it's like I'll like I know that if I'm really dealing with somebody, I'm dealing with that person. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm putting my all into this person. So to me, like if you're not willing or wanting to do the same, then I don't want you to put me through anything that I don't need to go through. You get what I'm saying? To me, I feel like we can be on the same page. And to me as adults, we know whether we fuck with somebody or if we don't. You get what I'm saying? We know after the first date or so if we're looking at things into the future or not. You get what I'm saying? We know
That,
like on the after the first date, you know if you're like, damn, I'm never gonna want to see this person again, or damn, I really just want to fuck, or damn, like I can see this person cooking me dinner,
Oh,
and
I know that,
you
bro.
get
I
what I'm
know that well
saying, like
before.
literally,
Yeah.
yeah. So
yeah, like
Okay.
yeah,
yeah. You have a very like well thought out good perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of other women do not. They be like it'd be weird, man. It'd be weird. That's the best way I can say it. Like it just be weird.
I just
Like
think a lot of other women want to mix. So a lot of other women want to mix, having fun for the moment with also wanting to have a serious relationship, and
yeah,
sometimes those two
yeah,
don't mix.
Yeah. Or the fun that they think they want to have doesn't go with the serious relationship because you can definitely do both, but sometimes I
Yeah.
feel people they don't understand the fun you have to have or you can't have while doing both.
yeah,
And that's
yeah. Like,
dependent upon the type of person you're with, right? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? People want different things in their significant
right.
other.
And sometimes, a lot of times, like people don't realize that they really just pick the wrong person for what they trying to do.
Mhm.
Like you really just need to go. You need to go on this journey with somebody else. Like man, I think the best way I can put it, it's gonna sound really nerdy though. It's like, okay, so look, like you're going on a quest, right? You're going on an adventure. All right, but you a DPS class, right? And y'all finna go fight a boss, right? The other person, you need a healer because you know what I'm saying. You ain't no tank, like you know what I'm saying. Like, you ain't got no tank class, like you need a healer though, like. And so you got so if you're DPS and you know what I'm saying, a physical DPS and the other person, I mean, like, all right, cool, that works, but it's not gonna get you to the situation because eventually y'all gonna take too much damage and y'all gonna die. Like
Yep.
somebody gotta play the support role. You don't have a support. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like you have no support out there. Like you need somebody has to play the background. Unfortunately, like
Hey, look, hey, it's hard to tell people that though.
Yeah.
somebody has to.
That I mean, it's
You know
always
what
seen
I'm
as
saying?
a negative thing too, as well.
Well, it's seen as a negative, and then sometimes like just because like I'll say with me, like say if I'm seeing someone and we both happen to be tanks and it works for us, sometimes you have to realize that that's the exception and not like a
The rule.
Yeah, and not the rule, because there are some relationships or there's some battles where, hey, guess what, 2 tanks work because they're such at a high level that they don't need to be healed. They can take all the damage and give all the damage and then be done with it. But then there's other times where, guess what, like you said, you need
BDSM
somebody
type shit.
Yeah, yeah, but I guess it's my turn now, so I have it right here. So looking for a woman. Looking for Celine. No, I'm
Oh man.
Hey, Celine, how tall are you?
KJ is gonna be so mad. I'm 5'4", but I'm athletic though.
Oh, the athletic. I didn't know. Oh, what? So I'm looking for a 5'4" woman athletic.
Oh, I forgot. I think you put fit in there too.
I'm still looking for a 5'4" athletic woman who's capable of following her dreams, knows her limitations, and always wants to better herself. Puts her kids in front and is able to.
This man building his resume over here.
Likes to travel.
That's a super
What places have you been to?
I haven't been out of the country surprisingly yet, but as far as like in the country, where haven't I been? I'm from Nebraska. I grew up in Little Rock.
Are you a Patriots fan?
A Patriots fan? I am actually. My dad instilled the Steelers in me. Actually, so I'm Big Ben. I'm Big Ben. But honestly, like if I was being honest, like I don't even watch football or anything like that. I mean, like I'll watch it, mind you. I know like about football, but it's just to me like sports isn't like the same anymore. Like you get what I'm saying? Like I have respect for like
minus more.
I have respect for like old school like sports. You get what I'm
so
saying?
You like it rough? Like, damn, that sounded bad. So you like more of the old school? You like more like the old school type
like
he up there hype.
he beat his whole hand up talking about, oh, you like it rough.
No, because he caught himself too, which would make it even worse. Because he was like, oh,
no, literally.
Oh,
ain't no pause on that. She a woman. What you mean?
I'm dead.
Oh,
no, okay. I guess I'll go for real now. I'll go for real. So kind of like, King hit it on the head, Celine hit on the head too. So I'm not gonna go over the whole everything else. I do, I bring, like I said, besides the financial plan, I don't have all the options. I don't have all the answers, but I'm definitely capable of sustaining myself. And I also want to look for that in a partner. I'm actually, like I said, I am pretty serious, but I definitely like to joke around and have fun. So I'm gonna make it so that I don't take the situation too seriously. And I know that kind of gets certain people. So with that one, if you kind of don't understand that, then I'm probably not the person for you. Because just because I'm joking about it doesn't mean I'm not taking it seriously. I just don't want it to consume us, because that's my main thing. Because if you take it too seriously and you're always down about it too, we're not gonna make it out alive. That's like the one thing I will say that I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make it fun. I'm definitely gonna make it fun. Like I said, I do travel. I do like to go around and do stuff, which is the big thing, and which means I will take you places if you want to take places as well too. Yeah, I'm looking at that too. I don't know what she's
I got no clue what's going on.
I love traveling.
So, looking forward, when I look for somebody besides the things people brought, oh yeah, I will say too, I guess I do bring because I'm into technology, I definitely bring that into the household. So
I thought you said you're anti-technology.
No, I bring technology to the household.
The camera's alive. No, keep going.
No, So I would definitely bring that. So I will say that if you're not technologically savvy, be prepared to be educated, and at least you don't have to be able to, to fix everything else, but you're gonna learn how to use it. Just for the most part, because and to make it easier. But like I'm not gonna have you be like, hey, you need to be able to fix this and blah blah blah. So you'll be. I will also bring that to the table as well too. Looking for someone, definitely a certain level of independence, because and I think that goes to me being comfortable, because like I said, with our lifestyle that we have, where we could be gone for a while and then be back. You need to be able to be sufficient on your own, and I don't have to worry about what are you doing. Are you with this person like that too? And I think that goes with the level of independence, with the trustworthiness that we have too, because I know I've been in relationships where people, they need someone else to function, and that's what scares me the most about people, because if you're not comfortable by yourself, you're gonna be looking for someone, whether we're traveling, we're traveling for work, we're traveling for vacation, whatever like that too, and you can't make it for whatever reason, you're gonna be looking for someone else to kind of fill that void if you're not really independent. And that's like the big thing. That's like probably my biggest thing. Like you don't have to be so independent that like you don't need me. So
but you mean kind of like interdependence?
Yeah, So, but you don't need to have someone else be there for you all the time, because I know people like that too. So like I've seen some girls, I'm like, so that's your boyfriend, and then that's like your, and it's not even like their best friend they knew. It's just someone else. Well, they do this, and this for me, and I'm like, and then like a month later, like, well, I slipped and this happened. I'm like, no crap, because every time your man was gone, you're with this dude. So
that's one thing about me that a lot of women don't like about me is like, I'll go ahead though.
No, and I say I've seen it the other way, and maybe that's just because how my mom is and how she raised me too, because my mom was fiercely independent, but she's done the same group of people for a while, so I know like some people that I consider like my uncles and my godfather too, so because she's known them forever. And they're cool, and maybe that's because of I grew up, so I've seen that relationship too. And my dad came in, but my dad actually met him, and they go out and they hang out by themselves and everything too. So my dad's comfortable with him being with those people. It's like she's like, oh hey, I'm hanging out with Steve. My dad's like, cool, because I know Steve, and this is what you do, and you guys aren't going to be doing anything, but like they don't go overnight or anything. But it's like, hey, like we're going to Disneyland for the day, But it's stuff like that. But she doesn't always call Steve like, "Hey, Steve, this is broken." Hey, Steve, she doesn't hang out with Steve all the time, and then she doesn't need Steve for everything, So that is definitely the thing. The thing is,
let me call you right back. I'm on a podcast.
But she's not like the other girl I was talking about too. Was just like, oh, you know what? I need to be with you so I could go and bump uglies with blah blah blah. So I think, but that's also trusting your partner as well too. So like I said, but if they give out that vibe where I can't trust you with Steve and John and blah blah blah, then hey, that's gonna be an issue, and I'm walking away, because I'm not even gonna have to. Because the thing is, I'm not gonna ask you to choose, because if I have to ask you to choose,
and I'm not in the game of changing people.
Yeah, well, no, that because then there's gonna be a new somebody, and there's gonna be someone else new, and there's always gonna be someone else new, and I'm always gonna have to ask you to choose, and I'm not about that life.
So and what's weird about like how you like I'm Muslim, right? I come from a Muslim household, right? Like it's looked down upon when like you as a man you have a lot of home girls, right? Like that shit is a no-go in the Muslim community. Yeah. And like, but also being raised in America is like, that's the fucking norm, right? But if you're trying to get married to a Muslim woman, like that is like one of the biggest deal breakers. So it's like, I don't even have homegirls anymore.
Yeah.
Because now I'm at a point in my life, I'm trying to prepare myself for marriage.
No,
it's just like.
Do you only look for Muslim women?
No. Well, as a Muslim man, I can marry a Christian woman or a Jewish woman.
Right.
But I look for somebody depending on their character.
Right. Okay.
So I do want their character to be similar to what a Muslim woman character is. But
yeah, but then I guess for me
Yeah.
to shorten up, so like I said, independence of like I said, they also have to have a financial plan. Like I said, I don't mind like I said, I don't mind paying for stuff like that too, but then you also have to be sufficient. So if I'm not in the picture, like you're not calling me up saying like, "Hey, I need this, this, and this." It's kind of like you have your, you should be able to be self-sufficient on your own without me, because hey, we don't know what's gonna happen. Kind of like what King said too. If I'm looking for someone, I'm looking for someone like, so if we have a child, because the thing is, accidents happen, and I have to be with someone that if we split up, that we can still communicate effectively enough to raise our child together, because I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there with my child no matter what, and with or without you. And the thing is, I rather be with you, and on that part, and I rather be able to, we could talk and be able to co-parent effectively, and you're not gonna have your anger against me compromise the life of our child,
yeah,
or vice versa. And I've
that's
seen
Right.
just
I've
one
seen
thing
that.
I'm not dealing with.
Yeah. So that's the thing, and it's me being older and me seeing everything happen too. So that's one thing I'm looking at too. It's like if we're dating too, I have to be able to be friendly with you besides outside the relationship, because like I said, accidents happen, and if we're having a child, I need to be able to communicate with you, and you need to be level headed to be like, hey, this is for our child. This is not about you and I. So if you say, hey, can you
Mhm.
watch can we do this, like that, and I say, hey, I can't because I'm in freaking New England right now. It's not because I'm not trying to stop you from living your life. Is right now I'm not available, but it would be like, but you can call my parents, my blah blah blah, and vice versa, and then you have to trust me to know that, hey, I'm going to protect our child. I'm not going to put him in danger with anybody around me or the things that I do. But there's also the vice versa as well too. If you bring someone, to our bring someone new in our child's life as well too, I'm trusting you that you're doing the right thing as well too. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to go in there and be like, hey, we can't do this. But with that trust, I have to have that reciprocated as well too.
Uh,
And then if you have
I'm not.
concerns,
I
talk to
couldn't see
me.
myself just bringing any woman around my child.
No,
Like
no,
if we're not
That's what we kind of
serious,
talked about last time.
no, I'm the same way too. But I'm even talking about like kind of like what you said, like friends and family too. So like
yeah,
that's the thing. Like if I'm traveling with my child somewhere, I'm not taking our child somewhere where they're in danger. But and vice versa as well too. But then if you have but that's the thing too. It's like if you have concerns, talk to me about it, but take the emotions out of it, and we have to have a real conversation about it. And then you have to be willing to listen to my viewpoint, and I'm gonna listen to your viewpoint as well
uh,
also. So that's the thing, because if we can't have a conversation about it and it gets really, really ugly, it's like you're not gonna you're not going to like the result. And that's like with my ex-wife as well too. Like I'm glad we didn't have children together, because of the way she is. It was her way or the highway. And I know if we had kids, that was gonna be really, really ugly, and she was gonna lose that fight.
and
Yeah.
it's crazy that you
Yeah.
said it's her way or the highway, because I had a question for Celine, right?
Mhm.
Earlier you mentioned that you were okay with like following a man or letting a man lead, right? So, and I had a question: is that when you're comfortable with the situation of him leading, or
Yes, it
even when
has to
you don't
be.
feel, even if we don't feel comfortable, right? Because sometimes when I hear women say that they're okay with men leading, and then I ask them, what about when you feel you might not feel comfortable with the situation? Is that actually leading though?
Well, to me, so there's a lot of factors that play into that, right? So you have to, like, I have to be able to trust this person, right?
Hmm.
That they're going to lead me how they need to lead me. And obviously, like, if I have any concerns of any sort, I'm going to be an adult enough to, talk about it. But at the same time, communication comes, you know, communication comes with that. To me, um, like, I feel like that as long as you have trust, respect, and communication, it's going to be easy to follow somebody that's leading. You get what I'm saying? Especially if you see that they're not just taking you down, like, down through there, like, or that their goals and stuff aren't that he that sorry that he's not like just doing any and everything. You get what I'm saying? Like I can't expect somebody that is, for instance, a drug dealer to lead me down the right path. You get what I'm saying?
Fair.
Like
Okay.
I can't expect you get like
So
there's a lot of things that play into factors, but it's just like
let's say
I have to
he's your
trust it.
ideal guy, right? Let's say he's your ideal guy, but you guys are having you guys have a disagreement on something, right? But he's still someone that he's that leader, he's that uh, head of the household, if you would say, right? With you
Right.
guys disagreeing on a specific thing, right? Are you still going to have the ability to let him lead in that situation?
Lead, or there's also compromise. You get what I'm saying? Like we can see how this goes, and if it doesn't work, then we can move on in another direction, or not like as far as a relationship, but move on in another plan, I should say, as far
Yeah,
as like executing whatever we were trying to execute. Or you get what I'm saying? Like to me, there's always a way to work something out if both parties are willing and able to, like
got you,
make it
understood.
happen.
But
So it's
yeah,
like,
definitely.
but leading,
But if
I
he, but
like,
if he, but if
I
he
will
was in a
follow.
situation where he just
I can
wanted,
follow blindly. Like I can
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
follow blindly as long as I trust that person. But I have to be able to trust that person. You get what I'm saying? That's what it takes
yeah,
first. So it's like, so long as I trust you, and I feel like that you're not gonna lead me into destruction, and you've shown me previously already that you're not you're not going to lead me into destruction, and you haven't given me a reason to make me think like that. I'm going to follow blindly, because
okay,
I'm going to trust that you have my best interest at heart just as well as your own. So it's like uh I think, to me, like I like when somebody can kind of take control of a situation and I don't have to step up. I don't want to feel like I got the balls in the relationship. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to feel like I got the pants on. I want somebody to, like take over and, you know, like to me, be a man.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's to me, that's what a
Yeah,
man's supposed to do. Like, so it's just, I look at it like, look, hey, like if you can't lead me, then by all means, like
step aside.
I'm not gonna, you get what I'm saying, like put myself in a situation where I turn around and I got the pants on. Like that's, to me, that's just not how I do. I can't be able to step over you or
Yeah.
step on you. Like if I'm able to do that, then you already lost.
right.
Byron, it's your
Man.
turn.
So I guess,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Because
know. I guess
last
to
thing I
answer
had
the
was
question, man.
was
Oh,
Yeah,
my
communication.
bad,
yeah,
my bad, my bad, my bad.
y'all just said so much. I was like, dang. I'm like, I'm gonna just let y'all go off then. No, but I guess what I bring to the table, I bring understanding. That's one, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I understand like what you're feeling and what you got going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's the reason I'm dealing with you. Because if I don't understand like how you moving and like what you got going on, like I'm not gonna let you become a participant in my life, and I'm not gonna participate in yours. Because I don't even know what's going on there. Like I need to know what's going on in your situation, like how you handle different things, you know what I'm saying, before I even deal with you. So a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, for myself, like, you know, like some of my homeboys would say, like, man, you know what I'm saying, like you got a great like opening, like, you know what I'm saying, 15 minutes, but after that, you know what I'm saying, you kind of like fall back. And I'm like, yeah, I fall back because like I kind of want to know what you got going on, because like sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying, if you just jump in and you just going off of instinct, you know what I'm saying, like you just end up in situations that you shouldn't even be in, you know what I'm saying, like you would have found out in the next like hour or so, like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying, like she looked good, but I guess, you know what I'm saying, like something, you know what I'm saying, something's just off upstairs, you know what I'm saying, like something not clicking all the way. And then you find out like, okay, like this previous situation happened and she never healed from it, and now, you know what I'm saying, like now she's scorned, and now, you know what I'm saying, she bringing that energy to you. I could have found that out without even getting involved with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even got it. And then I got to know, like, anyway. It's about me and what I bring. So what I bring, I also bring like intelligence. I'm financially like sound. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not making no like dumb decisions out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a plan. I got a roadmap of where I'm going. Um, I'm trying to think what else I got going on. Um, I oh shoot, hold on. Let me hit this button real
There
quick.
we
Let me get
go.
my boy.
What's up with it, man?
Hey.
What's going on?
Boy, just had to handle all that bullshit. Now I'm getting something to eat.
Right. Right. So anyway, to continue my thing though, real quick. So I'm trying to think what else, because man, y'all said so much. Like I had my thought together and then I just like
Well,
lost it all.
that's why I cut mine down, because I think King and I were on the same page, and then Celine, she's just so insightful that she says everything. So I don't want to
That
I
boy
did
in
not want to
love with
repeat.
Celine.
Man.
I'm gonna have to rewatch
No,
this
man,
episode,
that's your
see what
future
y'all
husband.
talking about, man.
No,
Right.
it's to put it in all seriousness and fairness, it's like our Celine and I, it's our inside joke pretty much too. So I'm like, anytime Celine says something, I'm just like,
Right. Okay.
you know,
Right.
no,
Hey,
but
hey, no,
the thing is, sorry,
but
Smooth.
yeah, but real quick
It's
though. Real
all.
quick though.
I'm just waiting for KJ to be on the same episode as when this stuff happens. That's all.
Man, that's gonna be a funny day. That's gonna be a funny day because he always end up absent when this stuff gets going on.
Wait, who's
Nah,
KJ?
So
but
what did I miss?
bruh, it's a lot to catch you up on, man. Like we at an hour and 40, bro. So
I
real
know.
quick,
Give me some
real quick though, like what else I bring, like you know what I'm saying, like I can honestly say I've never left a woman in a worse position than when I met her. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always educate her. I always put her on to something new. You know what I'm saying? I always lead her into some other avenue to like get bread or like change her thinking to where like things like stabilize in her life. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's just me and what I do. Okay, that was quick. Yeah, so anyway, so yeah, like that's what I bring to the situation. Like I'm just stable. Like I don't rock to like hard to the left or the right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm real like grounded in like what I believe in and like how I move. You know what I'm saying? I'm based off principle. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like everything I do is like a logical breakdown behind it. Like I'm not finna just do something because I feel like it's a good decision. Like no, I didn't looked into it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't studied it, and that's how I feel like moving. And like what I look for in a woman is like her to not be like just flat out dumb. Like, and when I say that, like I mean like unteachable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're like if
Just
you
stubborn.
can't no. There's stubborn. Stubborn is different than unteachable. Unteachable means you do not have the capacity to grow past that limit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're hard capped at this level. You know what I'm saying? Because of your own whatever it is. And no external force can fix that. You have something internally going on that you need to work on. You know what I'm saying? A woman that's stubborn is like maybe, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, you maybe in some scenarios it's in a lot of scenarios, and 85% is her, but in like that rare, in that other 15%, like it's maybe like something happened early on, you know what I'm saying, where you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, the way you moved and the way she moved just didn't connect all the way, and thus she just didn't like that trust factor. She just didn't see it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like misunderstandings happen, but a lot of times those early misunderstandings like mess up the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, it wasn't strong enough to begin with in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Which is why you should communicate more and actually like talk to each other very flat out. This is where I want, this is where I'm going, and this is what I see doing. Like because man, like we grown, you know what I'm saying? Like you should be having that conversation. That's how I feel. Like I'm very like blunt and transparent. Like this is what I want. This is how I see things, and
A
this
lot
is
of
how I
conversations we had up front that we wait months
yeah,
to
like
have.
man, like you can't be waiting months to figure out like, so how many kids you want? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want none and I want two? Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like yeah.
All
See,
them
that's
things.
My cap is 3, bro.
I'm willing to have as many kids as like my husband wants, but mind you, he has to be my husband, and we have to make it past the first year.
See, look. So I'm not a big fan of being together that long. Like, look. If I'm with you a year, we get married. I ain't wasting my time. Like I ain't got because I'm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I had a man for 4 years tell me he was going to marry me. He was 53 years old and didn't even get it. I didn't even get engaged. Like,
yeah, nah, that's it. Yeah, nah. Like if
that's why I'm like,
I'm being
my
with you.
standards
After the
are
first
like
3 months,
definitely.
I know if I. After the first 3 months, I know if I would marry you or not.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. Like there's no way after 3 months you don't know. Like there's no way. Like cause y'all got to be doing
just
more.
making sure.
Yeah, bro. Like I feel like a lot of people they just be going over it. They just be fucking each other for like 3 months, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, this is cool." Like they don't do anything actually together. They don't actually grow together. They ain't actually like having no conversation. It's just like when the next time you gonna come.
The sex gonna be bomb. Don't get it twisted. The sex gonna be bomb.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I'm gonna have your ass hanging from the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be doing all kinds of shit. We're gonna be having portable swings. We're gonna be going camping, hanging from the bushes and shit too. But anyways, you know what I'm saying?
Who are you, Tarzan?
Nah, motherfucker. I just I just live a peculiar lifestyle. You know, I'm just one of them ones. You feel me?
King of the jungle.
But yeah. But
running around with a lion head on.
That's why old girl likes me.
Yo.
Damn, poor KJ, man. He's a good.
Hey, that's why she went crazy.
Yeah, I feel it. That does make sense. That actually does make sense. I'm not even gonna cap with you, bro. Like that does make sense. That does make sense. It adds up. You know what I'm saying? You're adding the missing pieces to the story that I had. You know what I'm saying?
No man.
But yeah, man, that's really what I bring, man. Like I'm with the joke. I'm chill, like you know what I'm saying? Like, and I have my way, like I feel like a lot of in my situation, I feel like a lot of women they feel like they have this mold of how you leading as a man should be. But I'm like, but if I can effectively get it done a different way, why would I do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's where that trust comes in. That woman has to be comfortable with you leading. She has to feel like she can, take her hands off and give you the wheel, and you can actually be able to take control, right?
Yeah. To me, you know when a woman like, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. You know when a woman really fuck with you when she is at the capacity of her freakiness in bed with you. If she trusts you to take her wherever in bed, she trusts you to leave her in any other way.
Okay.
Look at this motherfucker.
Okay, it doesn't work for all women, but majority of the time when I speak to other women, it's literally like they're only gonna go so far when it's, you get what I'm saying? Like,
I'm nasty, so she better be willing to go far.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Hey, she better be careful what she asks for, saying some shit like that over here.
This man.
She was like, I'm comfortable, I'm willing to go wherever. She gonna be rigged up. She was like, I didn't know he was going this far.
You're gonna have her in the Himalayas on some wild. That actually makes sense though.
I like tying up. Man. Hey, never mind. That's a different conversation.
I think did we hit everything?
There's a certain rating on my podcast. Like we
my bad. We're on YouTube. I'm bugging. I know there's certain trigger words you're not supposed to use on YouTube. BDSM isn't one, is it?
No. It in of itself, no. But when you start going down that rabbit hole, like you're gonna hit one of them turns, and the next thing I know, man, this video gonna be super suppressed. I'm gonna be at negative 45 views, and I'm gonna be like, what happened?
Hey, is your page monetized yet?
Nah, bro, I gotta have 1,000 subs, bro. I'm on the road. I'm on the road there.
I
got 166.
I'll put you on my page.
I got 166. Okay, bet.
I'm not gonna lie, I need to post this more often. Just send me more clips of myself saying shit.
Damn.
And I'll like.
Okay.
I'll post
Say
it.
that.
Well, not that I won't post it. It's just like people will. Well, no. People will engage more when they realize like that I'm in. You know, like.
Yeah, which makes sense.
And then I mean, like, I feel like, well, we'll talk about it after because I'm not even going to like, be live.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. So look, does anybody have anything else to add? Because we can chop right here.
Let's close this up, man. Let's close this up.
Okay, cool. So everybody,
I'm looking for
let people know what you got going on.
A rich nigga, not his flame.
Oh my god! You got the drink and now everything is there.
Take care of me and my 2 kids. No, I'm just playing.
Oh god. Okay.
Cheers to that.
Hey, so for real talk though, like,
serious.
Hey, look, like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe to this video. You know what I'm saying? Leave your topics. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what you do bring to the table. Everybody, let them know where they can find you though on social media and all that. So, Celine, go ahead. Ladies first.
It's Celine. L is the 7. / where the rich niggas at / skate baby / no, just like illest nigga in Nebraska /
Ain't no niggas in Nebraska.
They got a base over there.
Okay.
Oh.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, bro, it's you.
I think that might be my thing.
You can.
Y'all can find me on all platforms at _Ebony _King YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Not Facebook though. I ain't giving you out my Facebook. That's for family. But yeah, mainly hit me up on Instagram though. That's where I'm most active.
Right. Well, you got me at TypeX Reels. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I keep on saying I'm branching out, but with King Sep over here, I might start throwing out the video, but be a part of that Sony alliance that he's trying to get me on.
You might as well.
I think if Smooth's going on the Sony alliance too, I might just have to switch over.
Sony gang.
I'm trying to get sponsored by Sony.
That's why I said I might have to help you on that journey because you can say, yo, you know what? So, but anyway, yep. TypeX Reels, I might have to turn into TypeX Media, TypeX Worldwide, just to get on here with that Sony alliance. But you guys know where to find me.
Yeah. TypeX Reels Incorporated.
No, by then I might be like TypeX Media, TypeX Worldwide,
Right.
That's all. I'm gonna put it on.
Make sure y'all follow the Royal Aesthetics on Instagram as well. That's my business page.
No, the Royal Aesthetics. I'm about to hit that up right now,
bro. Yeah, you didn't even put me onto that, bro. I just got your personal.
Oh yeah, so I own a pressure washing company here in Georgia, and I also own a personal training company here as well.
Okay, bet, bro. I'll get to you on the side about some other stuff. Now, yeah, listen, again, I'm gonna tell y'all, like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all want to follow me on anything, there's a link tree in the description box. And with that said, we out.